We're in Las Vegas for the Olympia, and I'm at Smith's about to get the essentials for my peak week carb up. All right, let's start this grocery haul off with some pineapple. So this is a peak week essential, guys. This is gonna go in a few of my meals, especially the ones that have the protein in them. So this has some digestive enzymes that help digest protein, especially. So we throw that in with the chicken meals that I have so that we can digest it quickly, easily. Make sure that my waist is itty bitty because that's one of my best features on my phizique. And one thing that we really want to make sure my waist is nice and tiny on stage. S'mores cookies. Damn, no, that thing looks insane. S'mores sound good. Good thing I can have chocolate protein. That's about it. I don't do any veggies during peak week because I don't need them necessarily. The micronutrients are kind of not as important in this portion, as well as we want to make sure that digestion is absolutely perfect. So I can have a little bit, boss allows a little bit if I wanted to, but since I don't eat a lot of veggies in my diet anyways, I'm not going to put it in and risk the chance of stressing my digestion, causing bloat, anything like that. Like I said, my main focus is having that itty bitty waist. What we're going to do here, I usually do jasmine at home, so I'm gonna keep it that style. Now that we're in peak week and we want everything to be perfect, we're gonna go that extra mile, guys. We're gonna get the Lindbergh one. So this one is an organic jasmine rice. It's that much higher quality. Like I said, we're at the Olympia. Why not go the extra mile, get that organic stuff, and really make sure that we're eating the best quality food, feeling the best quality body to make sure that we get the best quality outcome. That feels good, honestly. I love shooting content. This is probably the coolest thing I could possibly be doing for a job. So I have no complaints, honestly. It's awesome to be able to bring you guys something and be able to give knowledge. We're gonna go through everything that I need in my peak week food here for the carb ups especially. So we're getting these last little essentials. Kind of will tell you some tips and tricks of what I'm doing and kind of show you guys what meals I have as we get this carb up going here. We got a few more days of pushing, but we wanted to get this out of the way now that we're in the perfect Airbnb, and it's time to get locked in and get things going. Double vlog. That's what happens when you have a couple that's too Olympian. I guess we feel like we're both important, so we both need filming. But Alexis is shooting her grocery haul because her peak week food is much different than my peak week food. She'll be explaining to her followers what she's eating. So if you guys are a fan of her as well, check out her channel and go watch her grocery haul because, like I said, it's a lot different food than mine. Me, unlike some bodybuilders, we control my sodium down to the exact gram. With doing so, I'll be cooking some chicken that has no salt on it, and I still want to be able to have some seasoning with that. So I'm gonna get some Mrs. Dash here. They have actually a really nice selection of Mrs. Dash. My favorites are the everything but salt, which is an everything but bagel seasoning but doesn't have salt in it. And I'm also gonna grab this extra spicy, and that'll go perfect on the chicken that we have. So these are salt free, and then that way I can control my salt with how much boss has me doing, but my food still tastes good, because making your food taste good is important. And also I'm starving. What are you looking for?
All of it. Raisins, forget my rice milk.
I'll help you if you like. Raisins are probably down this one right here. So there's your raisins. I'm not sure I need anything down this aisle, but I guess we have to direct. What is Jake? S'mores, hot fudge sundae, and probably Good Faithful brown sugars. You're right, not hot fudge sundae. Frosted strawberry milkshake. All right, next thing on the list. This is a Boss of Outlaw special right here. Most of you have never even seen this or heard about this. This is rice milk, and this is how I'm gonna make my cream of rice as I carb up, because it's essentially like liquid carb. So it's perfect. It's also really easy to digest. It makes the food volume small so we can keep my waist small. So this is a specialty of Boss's. I've never used this before him, but it's been awesome and it really works great. You guys have seen the peaks from Detroit and New York, and both times we used this as well. So handy dandy rice milk it is. Fuad is the king of doing awesome eating challenges. So I know he did a 10K challenge once. Maybe this off season, Fuad and I can do something cool like that together, and I'll be a fat kid with him and eat and we'll see how much of a sissy I really am compared to him, because I don't think I can keep up, but I'll try. I just have to look every time we go somewhere. Nope, they don't have it. They released the apple toast crunch, and it's supposed to be like apple pie toast crunch. And Alexis said it was incredible that they released it like again. And so every time I walk through the cereals now, I have to check and just see, because I would get it and we'd eat it post-show. Well, that's not good. All I see is peanut butter. We need almond butter. And really all I'm seeing is peanut butter. Next thing on the list, chicken. Just like the rice, we're gonna go the extra mile. We're gonna get the organic chicken here, make sure that it's the highest quality food we can possibly be putting into our body, because this is the highest quality show we've ever done, and we're going that extra mile, making sure that it's the best. So we got some chicken here, and this will be the only protein source that I'll be doing. Honestly, it's just one more thing to make sure that my waist is perfect. Could possibly be bloating me, and a lot of the carbonation drinks have quite a bit of artificial sweeteners. I won't cut artificial sweeteners out completely. We'll try to minimize those just to make sure that digestion's perfect. Artificial sweeteners are notoriously known for either slowing digestion or giving you the poops. So it just kind of depends on which artificial sweetener it is, but they are hard on your digestion, so we'll try to minimize those. Mini Swedish fish, Sour Patch watermelon, Sour Patch Kids. I love Halloween candy because you get like the little packet, even though I would eat like 14 packets, but love Halloween candy. And all the best sour candy comes out during Halloween, I feel like.
What do you think about these?
Disgusting. I hate pumpkin anything. I really don't think they have almond butter here. They only have peanut butter. Next thing we got is water. But on peak week, we have to use distilled water. Make sure we take those electrolytes out. Again, we're controlling my salt and making sure everything is perfect. You gotta have distilled water to do that. I think it can be very, very impactful, honestly, especially if you were drinking tap water, of course. A lot of times there's not a ton of electrolytes in water that they've added it to. There's definitely enough to throw the balance off and not give you control anymore. We're trying to control every variable and twist every finer knob as perfectly as we can. So we're gonna make sure to do that with distilled water.
Does it taste bad?
I'm not a big water drinker anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. And if I have to, I'll put a packet of water flavoring in there. This is a show day thing, but we're gonna get it because it's a peak week food. Gatorade. This is for backstage. We do about 200 milliliters of this with some salt, extra salt, because this already has electrolytes in it. But that's kind of our pump up juice backstage. And that's what gets us that nasty, crazy hardness and everything pushing against the skin and ready to go out and put on a show. We're gonna use actual Gatorade instead of Gatorade Zero because we actually wanna use those carbs as well. 200 milliliters, it really doesn't have a crazy amount of carbs. It's probably about 15 carbs, but that glycogen is going to help shuttle those electrolytes into the muscle. Glycogen is actually a glucose molecule, a sodium molecule, and a water molecule all put together, and that's what gets pushed into the muscle, and that's what makes the muscle big and full and make you look crazy. As we do our cream of rice meals, sometimes I need a little bit of a texture change, so we'll throw some of these in place of some of the carbs for cream of rice that Boss will have me do, but he's perfectly fine with that, and he's obviously filled in on the game plan when I do that. I'll get caramel and probably some chocolate. Those are my favorite, and they go well in the cream of rice as well. I'll get a few sleeves of these, and then like I said, most of my carbs are going to come from cream of rice. We're going to get from Elevate, and then we will be doing my other carbs from the jasmine rice and some of these caramel and chocolate. Since they don't have almond butter, I'll be getting these whole natural almonds. These ones are not salted. Make my own almond butter, I guess. I'm not using peanut butter, I'm using almond butter. So even though it's the same amount of fats, it's about half the amount of saturated fat. It's also substantially higher in electrolytes, which is part of what we are gonna use to get my body back to that point at which everything's pushing against the muscle and filling me out.
Any new flavors at Oreos?
No, I've been stocking Oreo. They don't have anything new, but we do have like 20 flavors at our house in the cupboard because Alexis likes to hoard all of the flavors. So don't worry, we have them. They're at the house in Florida. Obviously, double stuff's best of all time. The Cinnabon ones were really, really good. I like the lemon ones, I'm not gonna lie. I actually like the mint ones too. And then they did a kettle corn one, and that one was gas. I loved it. It was like sweet, but was still salty. It was good.
Did you ever try the Sour Patch Kids?
We have it at the house, but I haven't got to try it yet. Been in prep since they came out and haven't got the opportunity. Realistically, I could carb up on just almonds, chicken, and jasmine rice. So I would say those are the most important. But because of Boss's special tricks, rice melt is also a handy dandy trick. The rice cakes make it a lot easier for me to do these 1200 carb days. But I don't know if I could do it all in just cream of rice. The texture would kick my butt. So those two are important to me, but I would say the three most important would be jasmine rice, almonds, and chicken. As if that was the bare minimum you needed or bare minimum you could afford, you could definitely carb up with those three things. I think I got everything else done. We're good.
All right.
All right, we'll be out in a minute. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Asked if we're a vlog. I guess we are a vlogger, yeah. But I wasn't ready for it. My brain is prepping, and so could not figure out what that word was for a second. I have the car key, so they're just standing at the car. That's hilarious. Everything I got at the grocery haul for peak week, but these are a few things I have at the house that I still feel like are necessities for this week and things that you guys should go get yourself. I didn't want to blend almonds, so I actually went to Sprouts and got some almond butter that's natural, organic. I will be carving up with rice and cream of rice. Elevate, they have some awesome flavors. They're also dropping some new flavors coming soon, like apple pie and maple syrup. So really excited for those. Then I have some Hostile products here. You can get yours with code Martian, but we got Bloodshot for getting that nasty pump backstage. We got CDX for the same thing, getting that glucose backstage, building that glycogen, making sure we got a good pump on stage. I got my Helix that I'll be mixing all that up in. Then for digestive purposes, we have magnesium, we have glutamine. And it is also going to help pull water into the digestive tract and just make sure that everything is flowing perfectly, keeping that waist small. Glutamine is important. I've talked about it 1,000 times on here. This is what helps the gut lining repair itself. This is a electrolyte as well, and it's just going to help with hydration as well as digestion and keeping that gut lining healthy. And then last but not least, I want to go over ISO, guys. So some people cut ISO out soon, some people cut powders out super early or don't use it. I'm going to use this all the way up until Tuesday, and then I compete on Friday. You guys saw how I looked at New York. That was the same thing. We used protein powder all the way up until about 3-4 days out, depending on what Boss decides. And the reason I take it out is because we're lowering my protein, not necessarily because we think this has any effect on my digestion or my waist size. So that's just something I want to touch on as a personal experience. As long as it's a high quality protein like ISO H1 here, you're going to be just fine using that all the way up to the last few days here. And then, like I said, you just want to pull that down to make sure that waist is small and digestion is perfect. These are just a few of the extra things that you guys can be getting and going that extra mile in your peak week here. But if you want to support me, all these things you can pick up with code Martian, except for magnesium, which you get at Walmart, and that's just called Calm. But appreciate the support as always, guys. Thanks for watching this grocery haul. Keep checking out this peak week, and you guys will get to see me eat all this food and see the process of how it's all done.